Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Addicted to Fishing, and today we got a little unboxing. It's a little JDM purchase. I don't know if you can see it up here, but it's from Digitaka. Small little box. I already cut it open, and what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and we'll go over what's in the box. We'll put that to the side. One of the first things you find in here is a little flyer. On one side it talks about Valley Hill baits, fish art stickers. I can't read what that is, but it says Supra, Digitaka member services, a little Hannah bucket. This is, I guess, edition 21. It's a little cartoon in Japanese, and they do put English subtitles in it, so that's on one side. This is the other side, talks about the Shimano Vanford, the Daiwa Certate SW, and the Daiwa Luvius. So again, that's on that side. Down here at the bottom, this is a thing where you can go to Instagram, and it says please post with Digitaka on your picture. So you can upload your purchase directly onto Digitaka's Instagram account. That's pretty cool. Speaking of the Instagram, it tells you here how you can become part of a collaborative poster. Gives you all that information. I'm not going to go into all the details of that. If you want, you can save that picture, pause it, get all the information that you'd like from that. And then last but not least is a little sticker. Japanese fishing tackle store Digitaka gives you their address and a QR code. So if you're ever looking to order from Digitaka or you're looking to get any more JDM gear, this is a reminder where you purchase from. Don't forget Digitaka. It's one of the only JDM sites that I actually buy tackle out of. So first we'll kind of go into why I decided to go the JDM route to buy this particular item versus a US model. I'll go ahead and show you what I ordered. It's a new Shimano SLX70. They call this the SLX70A. Part of the reasons why I went to the JDM side of things is one, it's less cost. I had Digitaka points that I used that helped me lower the cost, free shipping, and the gear ratio that I was wanting for this, you could only get it in a JDM model. I can't remember the gear ratios offhand. I think there's a 7.2, a 7.6, and an 8.1 maybe. And the only way you can get it 6.3 to 1 is order it from Japan. One of the main reasons why I ordered this reel through JDM outside of the cost and getting that gear ratio is most of the time when I went on some of the US sites, it was unavailable. I paid less than 130 for this reel, not including my Digitaka points to take it down. It's $149.99 in the US. It's definitely worth the price. A lot of reviews on this, watched a lot of videos on this. I'll do my own review this season on this reel. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to explain what I'm using it for and potential pairings on a rod that I'm going to use. I have a couple in mind. And I'll explain to you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some basic information. Some of it I made a list from Shimano's website. And it kind of tells you about some of the stuff, but I wanted to kind of give you that information. But right here, right on the box, on the back side here, and I'll hold that up. And if you guys want to pause that and go on there or be able to translate more of that yourself, that's possible for you. Again, it's in a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. It's got 12 pounds of dregs. The reel weighs 6.7 ounces. It's a 4+1 bearing. And every handle turn gives you 25 inches of line pickup. What's kind of cool on here too is they list 2 different lines for you and what the reel can handle. I'm not going to read it in meters. I'll do yards. So nylon mono, 10 pound, you can fit 105 yards, 12 pound is 85 yards, 14 pounds is 70 yards. You go a power per braid, 20 pound is 115, 30 pounds is 105, 40 is 80 yards. I'm primarily going to run, and I went out and picked it up, and I had to file a warranty with Berkley. I think I'm going to start out with Berkley Big Game, 8 pound on it. I'm figuring I can probably get close to 125 to 150 yards. It's going to be more than enough line for what I need. I'll go over this in another video, but I think that's where I'm going to start. Max braid that I'll probably put on that would be 10 or 15 pound braid, and then go to a leader if I try to do some different techniques with it. You guys know I use mono and braid a lot. Don't use a lot of fluorocarbon. But anyway, before we open this up, we'll give you some quick specs on it. Again, it's a 6.3-to-1. It does feature the MGL3 spool. And I just made some quick notes from Shimano's website. The MGL3 spool is Shimano's lightest spool up to the date, which means it reduces inertia for quicker startup speed. And it has a 19 millimeter spool. It also features Silent Tune, which reduces spool vibration while casting, which leads to better casting. SVS Infinity braking system. Most of us that have bought Shimano know what that's about. It does have the full metal Hagen body. Shimano claims that it has Lex Flex while fighting fish. That results into cranking power and increased strength. It also adds cross carbon drags. They claim it's an extremely powerful and very durable drag. Again, I have not used this reel, so we're going to get into some more of that as we go through the season. Of course, Shimano provides you with some paperwork. This is the 70 HG, or no, it's just the regular 70. They do offer the HG, and then they offer 71s, which is the left-handed. I did get it in the right-hand retrieve. 70 HG, and a 70 XG. I think, and don't quote me on this, I think in the US version it's the 70 is a 7.2-to-1. The high gear was 7.6, and then the XG was an 8.1. Again, I might be off on that a little bit, but the JDM version, again, I wanted that slower speed at 6.3-to-1. The normal cardboard filler, and then our reel. Let me put all this up real quick back in this box so I don't lose any of it. I like to keep the box and the information. That way I have it. Okay, guys, here's the reel. You can see the SVS braking system. It's external, so you get an external dial to control your braking. You no longer have to, on this reel, you do not have to take the side plate off to get in to move the pins to adjust it. You've got a braking system here. Again, full metal Hagen body. Great looking color. As usual with a lot of the SLX, you do go with those blue offsets. Nice wide handle. Great feeling reel. Small, fits really nicely in the palm of my hand. I wanted this smaller size reel for obvious reasons. You can see there, 6.3-to-1 if my camera will focus on it. 6.3 reel. Great looking drag. I do have to kind of listen a little bit. It does have a drag clicker. Nice looking reel. Your normal cast control on there. I mess around with that a little bit too. Most of you know what a cast control is used for. Great smooth reel. Very, very smooth reel. And you can see the spool there. Again, that spool is 19 millimeters. I don't have scales and stuff to get things out and weigh it. I'm sure if you go on Shimano's website or any of the manufacturers' websites, you can get any more of that little techie stuff that you might be interested in from this reel. Overall, it's a great reel. I love it. Okay, so now let's get into kind of why I decided to pick up the SLX 70, which is 70A, which I believe is just the MGL, the old SLX MGL reel. I was looking to find a reel that I can toss around smaller lures. Not necessarily full BFS, but smaller, like swim baits, little things like this, power twitch, little paddle tails, little light Texas rigs, poppers, little walking baits. I got a bunch of little micro stuff, the little chatter bait, little spinner baits, things of that nature. While I can throw those on my spinning tackle, I wanted to find something that I should be able to throw some of that stuff on in a bait casting. And that's my plan with it. That's kind of why I'm just going to start out with mono on it. Going to throw a lot of little poppers, top water little baits on it. And you know, and if I throw anything else on it, that's fine. I grew up where we didn't fish anything more than mono for the most part. Plus with this new reel, everybody that I've watched and talked to with using this reel, got to kind of play around with it a little bit, because it's so buttery smooth. A lot of people are blowing it up on the first time they're using it. So if I have a little blow up, I'd rather be wasting mono than some good braid, or even a fluorocarbon leader or something of that nature. The rod that I'm going to pair it up with, I haven't completely committed to that yet. One of the rods that I'm looking at is a Bass Pro Shop crankbait rod. I think they call it their whooping stick or something along that lines. I'm not 100% sure on that name, and I can't look it up because I'm on my phone. That's the only source of internet that I have. But it's able to cast down to, I think, a 1/16 of an ounce. I think it's rated a 1/16 of an ounce to a half an ounce. Until I decide to go that route, I'm probably going to start it out on this little bit older Abu Garcia Vigilante. It's a 7-foot medium action rod rated from 1/4 ounce to 5/8 of an ounce, 8 to 17 pound line. It's a really light rod. It is a bit older. I actually got this rod in a trade on a bunch of other stuff, and a guy used it for his little popper rod. I've got a couple of these medium powered rods. The Bass Pro Shop rod that I'm looking at is a medium light. My Bass Pro Shop is about 45 minutes from my house, so I'm probably going to test it out on that rod, or I'm just going to commit and I'm going to buy that little Bass Pro rod. I don't have any problem with any of the Bass Pro rods. I picked up one in a trade today. It's the original Carbon Light series. Extremely light rod. I've got this one. I'm going to do a review on this rod, even though it's a little bit older. And then I've got the white Carbon Light rod. I've got a bunch of their spinning rod and reels. A lot of the Bass Pro Shop stuff I'm a fan of. I've talked to a few people that have that crankbait rod, and they really, really enjoy it. One of the guys, even though it's designed as a crankbait rod, he's telling me that he uses it for little swim jigs. And he cast out little 1/4 ounce, little 1/8 ounce ball head with a curly tail on it. He said it's about the closest that rod is, and I forget what reel he said he had on there, but the rod and reel that he has on there, he said it's about as close to BFS as you can get without going BFS. All the reviews that I read on the reel, that's kind of what it is, kind of a crossover type reel, if you will, where you're able to throw a lot of the small lightweight stuff all the way up to some heavier stuff. I've seen guys that are posting that they're just cranking on it. They're throwing swim baits on it. you know, like 5-inch paddle tails, spinner baits, and a whole bunch of other things. I'm going to probably dedicate this primarily, again, to small swim baits, small chatter baits, small spinner baits, you know, all this little micro stuff. We're talking spinner baits. Let me grab one here, guys. This is the kind of stuff that I'm thinking of throwing on on this reel, and why I'm looking at a rod that's going to be able to load a little bit smaller. You know, we're talking small. I can't grab just one, of course. You know how it is with treble hook baits. Any of them pops off, I'll be cool with that. Don't care which one it is. Little small, lipless style baits. You know, the small poppers. My small Sammies. I got these guys a while back, these little Yozuri cranks. Well, that one somehow. It's amazing how that happens. These are little small guys. Whoop. And I'll do a more in-depth video on some of these micro baits that I have and what I'm using. But like little spinner baits like this, these little guys. That one still has some braid on it. Again, I can throw these on my spinning gear, but I'd like to be able to throw it on more of a traditional bait caster. I don't want to go completely the BFS route where I'm getting, you know, more flimsy pool noodle or noodle type rod and a real shallow spool. This has a pretty shallow spool on it. It's going to be comparable to some of those BFS reels. But it's also got the strength that it's going to be able to allow me to fish some more heavier power stuff. So anyway, guys, that's my new reel from that I got out of Digitaka. Again, it's a SLX 70A. Some people just call it the new MGL SLX. It's a great little reel, 70 size. I fish a lot of 150 size reels, so I like those smaller reels. Super lightweight. I've already like I said, got plans for the rod. Just not sure which way I want to commit on it. But I'm very excited to get this reel out, get it on the water, see what all I can throw on it, see how it performs, see how it handles. We'll update that as we go through the season. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I appreciate all of you that have clicked, liked, shared, given some suggestions. One of the things I think that people were also commenting about was the microphone was a little too close to me. The microphone's probably, and my camera's probably 2 feet away from me. One of the things I will apologize to in this video is I am deaf. I do wear double hearing aids. I just found out that this one is kind of malfunctioning, which kind of projects my voice a little bit louder. So I do apologize for anybody that it seems a little loud. I've taken a lot of advice that you guys are putting out there, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all that feedback. I appreciate those people that are liking, commenting, sharing. And hopefully we can keep growing the channel, keep bringing you guys some pretty awesome content. So anyway, guys, thanks for reviewing, and we'll see you in the next one.